Hello, I'm Katie. Welcome back to my channel. I run Sew Sew Sew, which is an online dressmaking, fabric, sewing pattern and haberdashery shop. And I am here today to show you what I've been sewing recently. So first of all, I have this Megan Nielsen Jarrah Sweatshirt, which I've appliqued with Ho 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 to make myself a festive jumper. So I used some sweatshirt fabric that I sell in my shop in navy. So this one is £7.50 per half metre. It has a really lovely cosy fleecy back. It's a really nice weight as well. It's not a really thin fleecy sweatshirt. So it's nice and cosy. And just a classic navy. And then I have a tubular ribbing that matches, which I've used on my sweatshirt. And that is £4.75 per half metre. The sweatshirt I made is a Megan Nielsen Jarrah. I did size down by one size. If you're going to do that though, just make sure you check the finished measurements to make sure you've got enough space to move in the jumper. I also raised the neckline by an inch because during the winter I tend to wear higher neck t-shirts underneath sweatshirts because they're a little bit warmer. So I did that, and I didn't do any other modifications. I have written a blog post about how to do the appliqué across the front, and I'll link to that in the comments. Of course, if you don't want to make yourself a Christmas sweatshirt, you could do some appliqué in a similar manner, but that say, I don't know, mum, for example. And I have some sweatshirt fabrics you could use for them. So I have the same fabric in sage green and a matching ribbing. Oh, and also in a lovely teal with a matching ribbon. The next top I have to show you is a Tilly and the Buttons Coco top, which I actually started making earlier this year, and then typical Katie style, the sun came out and the weather started getting warmer, so my top got put to one side and not finished until last weekend. All I needed to do was hem it, so I don't know if I'm the only one that does this. So it's a Tilly and the Buttons Coco. This I have some patterns in stock, but they're the old version of the pattern. So they only go from a UK size 6 to a 24. Tilly and the Buttons have released a newer, more updated version, which has a larger size range. So these are reduced, and it is £13.18 for the pattern. So I made it in a yarn dyed French terry. So the yarn dyed means that instead of the stripes being printed on top of the fabric is actually woven with yarn in that colour. So this one will have pink yarn and white yarn, and it's the stripes are woven in. So this one is called Dark Rose and Off-White Stripe Yarn Dyed Cotton French Terry fabric. It is 95% cotton and 5% elastane. And it is 145 centimetres wide, 230 grams per square metre, and it has a nice amount of stretch and recovery. French terries are a little bit thicker than an ordinary cotton jersey, so they're really quite nice weight, nice and cosy for this kind of top. You could also use this fabric to sew a Sew Over It Molly top or a Jennifer Lauren Gable top, both of which I've sewn in French terry, and they're really nice tops. Also have it in this sage and off-white colourway, and in a classic navy and off-white. So both really lovely. The other thing I wanted to show you, these aren't finished, these are my work in progress. So I'm making a Sew Over It pussy bow blouse. I'm halfway round on the hand sewing bit to attach the tie to the neck. So I'm doing the V-neck version. And this is in my Petal viscose fabric. and this one. So it's green and it has little petals across it. It's got a really lovely drape. So it's £8.50 per metre. It's 100% viscose, 140 centimetres wide, and it's lightweight. Perfect for blouses. The other top that I've been sewing is a True Bias Marlo cardigan, and I'm making it in this Zig Zag fabric, which has unfortunately sold out. I asked on Instagram which side of the fabric I should use as the right side, so this side or this side, and you voted for this side, so I've gone with that. I've used a tubular ribbing for the bands, and all I have left to do now is add the cuffs and find some buttons. So it's coming together. So that's all the makes I have to show you today. Thank you for watching. If you liked my video, it would be great if you could like and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you have a great week and see you soon. Bye.